2014, San Jose Mercury, that's a large, well-known publication in Silicon Valley, stated that men made a median salary of $90,000. Think of all the software engineers, all the people in high tech. Google's there, LinkedIn's there. Every high tech name you can think of is there in Silicon Valley. Okay? Median salary. We're talking normal Joes. We're not talking here, we're not talking here. Median salary, $90,000. Women made $56,000. It is very expensive to live in San Jose, California, in the Silicon Valley, and in that area, in San Jose and all that Bay Area, extremely expensive. And women only made $56,000 with their bachelor's degree. Graduate degrees of men made $125,000 median salary, and women made a whopping $83,000. I will tell you, there was a time when, for women 25 or 30 years ago, they said to us, you're not going to get the promotion, you're not going to move ahead because you don't check the boxes. The box would be, you don't have your degree. Then it became, you don't have your advanced degree. And it's now 25 and 30 years later, and I'm looking at a room out into a room with a lot of actually young faces, and we're still talking about it. We've checked the boxes, we have that. At the end of the day, what it comes down to is it's us. We don't ask, don't get. It's got to be us. Another thing I'd like to seed the room with is promote your sisters. Befriend the sisters in the office, the women in the office. Promote them into leadership. Get them in there. Don't dislike them. I don't care what she looks like. I don't care what your rub is about her. If there's another woman in the office, go to lunch with her. Hang out, be with her. Women in power should be promoting and hiring other women. Your male-dominated industry will look vastly different. If you want to make a difference, ask for the money and promote these women. Start to think of each other as a sisterhood, helping each other. Events like these are phenomenal because we can all come out of work and be together and meet each other, but when you go back into your offices, embrace each other. That's how we're going to get there, wherever there is. I can tell you it's vastly different. It's not going to look like 1970 when we're burning our bras. It's not. But there is a groundswell of women that want to step into this thing called leadership, that want to step into this place called the office and make it different. And you deserve to be paid. So whatever your thoughts are around money, I beg you to examine them today. And I beg you to look at each other and help each other up. The 7 biggest mistakes that women make in terms of money. These are the biggest. Not understanding their worth. So, I'm going to ask you, you know how much you make, right? Okay, we all know what that number is. Is that market value? So let me tell you a little secret. Whatever you're paid, there's this thing called a range. Okay, so it's typically a $20,000 to $25,000 spread. Your title equates to money. So you're paid $50,000. The range for that position is 50 to 65 or 50 to 70. That's the range of the position. Where do you sit in that range? Critical piece here. Understand what you make, what your skill set is worth. Now, this is where women get tripped up. You think you're your skill set. You think as nice as you are, as good as you dress, as good as a woman as you are, that's what you'll be paid. And it doesn't work like that. It's very black and white. This is why men rule the world. I'm worth $125,000 in Silicon Valley. I'm only worth $110,000 in New York City. So I'll stay in Silicon Valley, or whatever it is. But they understand that. They understand that it's not if they're a good father and if they're a good son and if they're a good uncle. They understand skill set equates to money. Period, end of story. That's it. It's that simple. Breathe into it. It's a beautiful thing once you understand that. So number one, biggest mistake that they make. They don't understand what their worth is and compare it to the market. They think that the money is who they are. And then they take a negotiation very personally. How many of you have done a job change in the last 5 years? Okay. When you did that job change, did you negotiate your salary? Raise your hand. All right, I'm thrilled to see that. So if they gave you an offer, did you kick it back and say it wasn't high enough? The crowd got smaller. We went from, but I'm thrilled. Oh, I got a couple more over there. Yeah, good. Okay, that's important. It's important that you don't take that negotiation personally. When you were in that negotiation, were you anxious? They offered you $70,000. You knew you could make 75 or 78 or whatever. Let's say it's a $5,000 difference. Let's say it's a $10,000 difference. I don't even really care what it is. When you had to negotiate that and say that offer is too low, I'm really looking for X, were you anxious? Yes. Right. Yes. Never take the negotiation personally, because it goes back to the second bullet point. The money isn't about you. It's not who you are. You're not your money. Here's the thought. You're not your money. You're not your guest bag. You're not your marriage. You're not your children. You're not what you drive. You are so much larger than that. Those things are your identity. Those are things that are here to enjoy and use. But then in the very end, you will not have those things. So you're not your money. You're not any of that. So if you're not any of that, you can leave this room and not be afraid anymore.